Greetings and happy Saturday morning. It's Adam at Irata Non Grata, and yeah, I've been a little bit slow on stuff this week. Just been busy with life and all that. For this Saturday morning, I'm actually not playing anything to do with Atari, although I think this game would have been pretty cool on the Atari STE or TT or Falcon or whatever. Back when I was growing up, I had my Atari phase, but once I got a little tired of that, I guess, that happens. Sometimes you just play the same games enough where it's just like, oh, I want something else. Um, I moved into playing games on the PC and just had an IBM compatible PC, built my own 286, and then eventually built my own 486, and played a lot of DOS games back in the day, but when Windows 3.1 came out, grabbed that. Just as I learned, there were no good games on Windows 3.1. I mean, I'm sure somebody would say Minesweeper, but I just never found that to be particularly exciting. But I did discover this game called Castle of the Winds, A Question of Vengeance for Part 1. And this is absolutely, without a doubt, the best Windows 3.1 game that was ever created by Sada Soft, or Sada Soft, perhaps. Came out in 1993, the year of the Atari Jaguar. And I think I found it on a compilation disc. But it's an RPG. I guess recently I've heard of a big channel that plays games putting some, or giving this some play. I guess figure out where the balance goes. I guess I could maybe put a little bit more into dexterity so that I don't miss so often. And then you get to learn one spell when you start. So let's see. Hail Minor Wounds is good so that you don't die, but so is Magic Arrow. So that's decent enough. So we start here in our little hamlet or village. Let me see if I can make this full screen and if that works. There. And so if any of you remembers Windows 3.1 and obviously the Atari ST is close. I mean, the Atari ST had a GUI long before IBM PCs did. But oops, I'm using WASD. I forget you got to use your just your arrow keys. But let's go to our little farm house, which has been burned down. And this launches the story where you gaze once more at the charred ruins of the farm where you were raised. You buried the blackened skeletons of your godparents in the remains of the garden they loved, but you can't bury the anger which still seethes at the thought of how they died. Grimly, you vow that nothing will prevent you from avenging their deaths. The marauders pillaged the farm quite thoroughly. Nowhere in the ruins can you find the amulet left for you by your true father, whose dying words, whispered to your godfather, were supposedly of its importance to you, of how it could lead you to your fortune and great glory, but only if you proved your worth. Your godparents had promised it to you for your 18th birthday. Now you have neither godparents nor birthright, and your birthday has just passed. A search for clues in the rubble finds only a confused trail of footprints leading north towards the mountains. Many of the footprints seem much too large to have come from the boots of bandits or soldiers. You look north wondering, where might the amulet be by now? To whom must you prove yourself and how? Alright, so with the story out of the way, let's see if there's anything I can afford to buy. I don't recall there being much. And then here's the inventory and menu system, and so you start off with just a normal dagger and no armor at all. And let's see. Asking price. I have $1,500, and so you have to be wise about what it is you decide you're going to buy. And of course, once you start getting into the dungeons, some things you do find, and so with that, it's kind of hard to say if I should spend much money yet. I think the Or yeah, bracers. Might as well get some bracers. And gauntlets. And then if you go to character, this is where you can see your stats, and your armor value is currently at 8. And so, I mean, maybe I might regret this, but sure, I'll buy this. So that's all I'll buy there. And then if you go over here, you can also get a wool cloak for merely 26 copper pieces. Book of Phase Door for 416. Boots are cheap enough, as is a belt. Although I should see, is there? Yeah, 3 slot belts. So let's drag that over there. And then I already have a small pack, so no need to waste that. And there's no health potions. These ones, I don't recall them. Oh yeah, it's just stuff for you to, sell your wares that, like cursed items that you can find in this game. But now let's go north. Now, one great thing about this is much of it is procedural. The only one that isn't is like the parts that aren't procedural, or like the layout outside in this first cave that you go into. I think I can, okay, yeah, if you push numlock, then you can use your diagonal keys. But once you start going down into the depths of the dungeon, then it's different every time. And now I'm fighting a giant rat. And so if you just push the arrow key in the direction, it attacks. And my HP is down to 8 now. I think if I push S, I sleep. Yeah, or search, that's what it is. So if you can go around searching, pushing the S key, which will pass like a minute of time or something. And sometimes you can find hidden doors as well as other things. But usually I remember, I was just about to say, usually you find like a kobold or a goblin or some usually pushover type enemy. There we go, the goblin is dead. And if you push G, you get whatever they leave on the ground, and of course it's all randomized. So this time I got 73 pieces of copper. And then go do a little bit more exploring to unveil stairs. I'm not the only one gaming this Saturday morning, so there's going to be a little bit more background noise as I'm in my arcade, and there are people here playing games on Saturday morning too. But anyways, back on Castle of the Winds. So one thing that I always learned to do with this game is save before you decide to go downstairs. And the reason why is because of the procedural generation. Sometimes the objects, like the pieces of armor and weapons and such that it generates on the level, are awesome, and you really want to grab those and then save again. But sometimes they're terrible. And so if it's really bad, or you end up getting a piece of cursed armor or a cursed weapon, which means you cannot remove it, then it's better to just go back to your save and try again with a new map, with new items that have been generated. And so, of course, where this is on archive.org in your browser, how it saves is not usually great, but at least while I'm within this state, I should be fine. So, since I call myself Arthur, I will do that, and then double click on the stairs and let's explore. And I'm immediately attacked by, well, I haven't pushed anything yet, but these guys will go after me. So we have a large snake, a hobgoblin, and a goblin, and a venomous snake. So like the big snake next to me is not venomous, but the one down there that's coiled up, that one, when it bites you, there's a chance that it can hit you with poison, which will do constant damage. And when we're at this stage in the game, it's always very possible that you can die from poison. So just hit the large snake once, immediately you cleave the large snake wide open. The large snake is dead! Woo! Ding dong, the snake is dead. And I hit that Oh, it's a goblin fighter. Like, the sprite that they use for goblin fighters and hobgoblins is exactly the same. But since he hit me once and I missed him and he did 6 damage, I'm going to go back upstairs. But he comes with me, so anytime you go upstairs with an enemy right next to you, they will come upstairs with you. But otherwise, they won't. Let me use my magic arrow spell. Boom, I hit him. So one cool thing is if you right click on any object, including an enemy, it'll tell you the status, or tell you what's there. But on an enemy, it'll tell you their status. So see, he's injured. That only used 1 mana, so I'll use it again, and bam, he's dead. And I will get that, and I only got 2 pieces of carp. Well, that's lousy. Trying to remember what the command is for, oh, is it R? Okay, yeah, R is rest, but there's another command for sleep. Sleep until mana is restored. Okay, I guess it's M. Forgot about that. I haven't played this in a while. I scratched the goblin, so that probably means he's barely injured. Oh no, he's injured. But then we have an uninjured viper. I'm gonna go back upstairs, take one of them with me. Alright, let's... Oh, he dodged my swing. Evades my clumsy blow. I guess I should have put more into dexterity. Okay, I'm almost dead. And he's still just injured. Okay, there we go. Get. Oh wait, M does map. I think if I do... Ah, jeez. Gotta stop pushing escape. I guess it's X. Let's try Shift M. No. Gosh, what was the command for sleep? I could swear that it was something else. Whatever. Alright, we are healed, so now it's time to go attack the Viper. This is where I could die. So I will use my magic arrow. Injured Viper. Hey, it took him out after 2 hits. Sweet. So as I probably should have mentioned, or sort of alluded to, is that once you come across items in this game that are within the dungeons, but not at a store, they're never identified. And so there is a spell where you can identify something, and that will tell you exactly what it is. Say, right here we have a potion. This could be a healing potion, it could be a levitation potion, it could be poison. There's, it's kind of a roll of the dice as to what it is. Now, you can identify it by drinking it or by putting the weapon or armor on, but otherwise you want to get that identify spell to be able to know whether or not you're picking up something good or bad, worthwhile or not. So I'm not going to use that right now, but I am going to put it in my free hand so that I can use it as I explore the dungeons. But here's an example of a bad item, a ripped cloak. So no point in having that. Let's get a scroll here. G. And of course that's unidentified too. Guess I should push search a few times. Okay, so we're in the upper right hand corner. I'll get that. Skip the rusty bracers, get some copper. Get another potion. This map has a lot of potions on it. Oops, there's a zombie. Or a walking corpse. Let's pummel that with a magic arrow. Oh, crap. Fortunately, the walking corpses do not move that fast. So, let's go back upstairs and sleep. And try it again. Oh, man. Having a dagger as a weapon really sucks. And I'm dead. So at least I go to Valhalla. But I do not get to enjoy the fortune and glory of finding the amulet. But I guess things are a little bit busier than I expected on this Saturday morning, and so that's where I've had to do a bunch of jump cuts. I guess that'll do it for now. But if anybody wants to watch more Castle of the Winds, then I'll give it another go. Perhaps work on my configuration, maybe get a better weapon or something next time. Let me know. And if you would like to see this game on something like an Atari computer, like I mentioned, the STE, or I think this probably would have been great for the Falcon, since this came out in '93, and I imagine the Falcon can make it look better. I mean, now, if you're curious, there is no sound or music in this game. and so I guess that was just part of. I can't remember many Windows 3.1 games having much to do with sound, but yeah, killed by a walking corpse. But yeah, that's Castle of the Winds. I suppose this isn't the best promo for it that's ever been done, but it's a fun game. Maybe it's just the nostalgia or something, but I can always come back to this game and just enjoy it. And that's what I love about it, and why, again, wouldn't mind finding a way to get this over to an Atari platform. And maybe we can render some better looking grass than what Windows 3.1 was capable of with its 16 colors. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.